My child, I know you're still awake. Most people will scroll past this. Only a remnant will stop about 1%. And if you are hearing these words right now, you are not early, and you are not late. You are on time. This message appears only at the appointed moment, and this is your moment. I see the blue light of your screen reflecting in eyes that are tired from carrying a weight you were never meant to carry alone. You think you are alone in the silence, but I am here, right here, sitting in the stillness of your room, breathing with you. I know the way your heart races when the house grows quiet and the thoughts you've outrun all day finally catch you. I have seen the thousands of scenarios you've replayed in your mind, the what-ifs, the worries about tomorrow, and the heavy whys of yesterday. Your chest feels tight, as if the air itself has become heavy, and you wonder how much longer you can keep the mask of strength from cracking. But I am not looking at the mask. I am looking at you. I see the real you, the one who is tired of being strong, the one who just wants to be held and told that everything is going to be all right. So listen closely, because this is not a coincidence. And yes, even if the algorithm delivered this, I appointed it. I reached through the digital noise to find the one I love. I orchestrated this very second to tell you, stop running. You don't have to solve it all tonight. You don't have to carry it all tonight. You don't have to control what I never asked you to control. Come with me right now. Let the world outside fade away. I want you to do something simple, but powerful. Close your eyes for just a second and breathe in deeply. Hold it, and now let it out slowly. Do it again. Breathe in my peace, and exhale your panic. One more time, breathe in my strength, and release the grip of control you've been holding so tightly. Feel your shoulders soften. Feel your jaw unclench. Feel your nervous system begin to settle. I am here, and because I am here, you are safe. This moment is not random. It is a divine interruption, a holy pause designed to rescue you from the exhaustion of your own mind. You have reached the end of your strength, and that is exactly where my power begins. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not failing. You are being redirected straight into my arms. And hear me. I am taking the wheel now, not as a threat, but as a mercy. Not because you are weak, but because you are finally willing to stop pretending you're unbreakable. I know the way through the storm that feels impossible to you right now. I know what is coming. I know what is about to shift. But before I reveal what I am preparing, before I show you why this message appeared at the exact right time, I need you to mark this moment. Not for me, for you. Because your mind will try to call this just a video. Your fear will try to tell you it won't last, but this is not entertainment, this is alignment. So do one small act of faith right now. Press the like button as a quiet yes to my presence. Subscribe to this channel as a decision to keep walking with me day by day until the storm breaks. And in the comments, don't type something long. Keep it simple. Type right time or kairos or just 1%. Let that be your signal that you're here on purpose and you're staying. Now stay with me, because in the next chapter, I'm going to show you something most people never learn: why what you keep calling delay is actually protection, and why your future is already being built in ways you can't see yet. My beloved, come deeper with me. When you close your eyes in the silence of the night, what do you truly see? I ask you this because you are not here by accident, and you are not hearing me at a random moment. You are hearing me now because your spirit is finally at the right time to receive what your mind has been resisting. I know the darkness often feels more real than the light. You see the unpaid bills? You see the empty chair where someone used to sit. You see the diagnostic report that made your heart stop. You see the betrayal that replays in your mind like a broken record. You pray for peace, yet you wake up to chaos. You pray for abundance, yet you count every penny with a trembling hand. This is the tension that has been crushing you, the gap between the promise I whispered to your soul and the reality that shouts in your face. But listen closely. That gap is not proof I failed you. It is proof something is being born. It is not the end. It is the labor pains of a miracle. I am teaching you to see beyond what is temporary, beyond what is loud, beyond what is immediate. I am teaching you to see not only with the eyes of the flesh, but with the vision of the Spirit. Your physical eyes navigate the world as it is, but your spiritual eyes perceive the world as it will be. Do not be deceived by the facts of your situation. Facts can change in a heartbeat, but my truth does not change. When the world says it is over, I am already standing at the edge of your horizon, saying it is just beginning. And this is why this message arrived when it did. Because I am giving you a new picture before I give you new proof. I am giving you a blueprint before I give you the building. I am giving you clarity before I give you the breakthrough. I told you in my word that as a person thinks in their heart, so they become. Your mind is a garden where your future is being planted right now. If you keep seeding it with, I am not enough, I will always be alone, or nothing ever works out for me, those are the fruits you will eventually gather. I see how hard you try to stay positive, but in the secret corners of your heart, you are terrified. You feel like a hypocrite because you speak of faith to others, while feeling doubt, squeeze your own chest. My child, I do not judge you for fear. I came to replace it. The enemy wants to colonize your imagination with nightmares, but I want to fill it with visions of restoration. So stop agreeing with the shadows. Every time you call yourself a failure, you are disagreeing with your Creator. I call you a masterpiece. I call you chosen. I call you mine. Align your inner voice with heaven, because your thoughts are not harmless. Your thoughts are blueprints. And hear this carefully. A blueprint does not become a building overnight. It becomes a reality at the appointed time. Timing is part of the miracle. That is why you cannot measure your future by what you see in this exact moment. I am not late. I am not confused. I am not absent. I am precise. I have watched you walk through your days, through the grocery store, your workplace, and your family gatherings, wearing a smile that never quite reaches your eyes. I know the exhaustion of pretending to be okay when your soul is screaming for help. You have become an expert at saying I'm fine because it is easier than explaining the hollow ache living in your chest. You carry the expectations of everyone else, terrified that if you show one crack, the whole structure will collapse. But I tell you today, you can let it fall. You do not have to be the pillar when you are crumbling inside. I am the rock that does not move, and it is my job to hold the universe together, not yours. Lay down the heavy armor of perfection. I love you more in your honest brokenness than I could ever love a polished version of you that doesn't need me. Let me into the hidden rooms of your heart where you store shame and unanswered prayers, because I am the God of the secret place. And stay with me, because in the next chapter I'm going to touch the place you haven't been able to name. The pain you keep calling nothing. The heaviness you keep explaining away, the worry that shows up without a reason. I am going to show you why it has been following you and why it is about to lose its grip, because this message did not appear randomly. It appeared at the right time. My precious one, I am the great physician, and I am with you right now. There are pains you carry that have no medical label weights, that don't show up on an X-ray. and an exhaustion that sleep can't cure. I know the sudden flutter in your chest. When the phone rings, the tight jaw, you wake up with the headaches that bloom behind your eyes, the knots in your stomach that make food feel impossible. You don't have to explain any of it to me. I was there when the stress first took root, and I am touching the root now. You are not falling apart. You are under a pressure you were never designed to endure alone. And I chose this exact moment because what you've been carrying has reached a threshold not to break you, but to bring you to me. Most people will call this just stress. Only a remnant will recognize it as a signal from the soul. If you are hearing me, you are part of that remnant, the ones who receive at the right time. I want to speak to the little one inside of you, the child who learned early that it wasn't safe to be vulnerable. There is a younger you still waiting for someone to say, "I've got you." That child is what cries out through panic, sudden anger, sudden sadness, or the numbness you can't explain. You don't need perfect words to tell me what happened. I saw it. I saw the moments you were overlooked, the times you were silenced, the days you had to grow up too fast. I am healing what you can't even name because some wounds happened before you had language for them. So hear me, this healing is not something you must force. It is a presence you must allow. You have spent years trying to fix yourself another plan, another method, another attempt to hold it together. But healing isn't something you achieve. It's someone you receive. I am that someone. I am the calm in your nervous system. I am the rest in your mind. I am the hand on your chest when you feel like you can't breathe. Even now, let my peace settle over you. And stay with me, because next, I'm going to show you why this pain has been allowed to surface now, and how I am turning what was meant to destroy you into the doorway of your breakthrough. My child, I see you standing in the vast, quiet space between who you were and who you are becoming. You feel as though you are in a vacuum, a hollow corridor, where the echoes of your past have faded, but the music of your future has not yet begun. This is the liminal space, the threshold of your destiny, and I know it feels like being lost. You look around and you don't recognize your life anymore. The things that used to bring you comfort now feel small and tight, like clothes you have outgrown. Yet the new garment I am weaving for you hasn't been placed upon your shoulders. You feel a strange disconnect from your friends, your old interests, and even your old way of praying. Do not let this emptiness frighten you. This void is not an absence of my presence. It is the clearing of the ground so that I can build something eternal. You are in the meanwhile the holy waiting room where the most profound transformations of the soul take place. You are not stuck. You are being prepared for a dimension of blessing that your old self could never have sustained. Consider the miracle of the cocoon. To the world, it looks like a period of stillness, perhaps even a period of death. Inside that dark, cramped space, the caterpillar does not just grow wings, it completely dissolves. It loses its form, its structure, and its old way of moving through the world. It becomes a liquid, a mystery, a chaos, before it becomes a masterpiece. You are in your season of dissolving, my beloved. The structures of your ego, the dependencies you had on the opinions of others, and the false securities you built for yourself are melting away in the heat of my love. It is uncomfortable because you are losing your grip on what you knew, but I am holding the blueprint of what you are to be. You feel vulnerable and exposed, but you are more protected now than you have ever been. In this hidden season, I am rearranging your very essence. I am strengthening your heart to carry the weight of the glory that is coming. If I brought you into the light too soon, the intensity of the blessing would break you. I am keeping you in the shadows, not to hide you from your purpose, but to hide your purpose from anything that would try to steal it before it is ripe. My instruction to you in this hour is simple, though. I know it is hard for your restless heart. Just breathe. Stop struggling against the walls of the cocoon. Every time you try to force a door open before I have unlocked it, you only exhaust yourself. Every time you cry out how much longer you miss the beauty of the quiet work I am doing in your character right now. Trust the darkness. Trust the silence. Trust that I have not forgotten the way to your house. You are not in a prison. You are in a construction site. The noise of the demolition is over, and now in the quiet, I am laying the foundation of a peace that surpasses all understanding. You don't have to navigate this transition. I am the way. You don't have to keep watch. I am the gatekeeper. Lay your head down tonight and let the not knowing be enough. You are in the palm of my hand. The shift you are feeling in the atmosphere is the signal that the season is about to turn. But for this moment, let the stillness be your strength. Let my love be the air you breathe. I saw you last night, my child. I saw you in the quiet moments when the world was asleep, perhaps in your car with the music turned up to drown out the sound of your own sobbing, or in the bathroom with the door locked so that no one would see the cracks in your armor. You have been told by the world that tears are a sign of weakness, that to be a person of faith means you must always have a smile and a hallelujah on your lips. But I am your creator, and I tell you today, your tears do not offend me. They do not scare me. They are, in fact, the liquid language of your soul. I have a bottle where I collect every single drop that has ever fallen from your eyes. Not one of them has been wasted. Not one has fallen to the earth without me noticing. You are not falling apart because you are crying. You are simply overflowing. You have been carrying the weight of a mountain, and your soul is finally speaking. Even my son, when he walked among you, stood before the tomb of a friend and wept. He did not cry because he was powerless. He cried because he was moved. Your tears are a holy release, a divine mechanism I designed to help you survive the pressures of this life. I want you to understand the biology of the comfort I have placed within you. When you cry, you are not just expressing grief. You are physically releasing the toxins of stress. I created your tears to carry away the cortisol and the chemicals of worry that have been poisoning your peace. Every sob that shakes your frame is a prayer that your tongue doesn't have the words to speak. It is a biological confession that you cannot do this on your own anymore. So do not tighten your throat. Do not push the pain back down into the dark corners of your heart. Let it come. Let the river flow. I am standing right here with my arms wide open, ready to catch you. I am the God who heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. This is not a moment of defeat. It is a moment of cellular cleansing. As the tears leave your body, I am replacing that heaviness with my supernatural lightness. I am making room in those hollowed-out spaces of your heart for a joy that is so profound, it will feel like a brand new foundation. You are being washed clean by the very pain you thought would drown you. You are my chosen one, and your sensitivity is not a flaw. It is your credential for the great work I am about to do through you. Because you feel deeply, you will be able to love deeply. Because you have known the cold shadows of the valley, you will be a light for those who are still wandering in the dark. Do not let the world harden you. Do not let the betrayal or the loss turn your heart into stone. Your softness is where my spirit moves most freely. I am taking your sorrow, and I am turning it into a testimony that will shake the foundations of the enemy's kingdom. This night cry is the final note of a long, difficult song. And as the sun begins to rise, a new melody is forming in your spirit. I am wiping the salt from your cheeks with the hem of my garment. Rest your weary head on my shoulder. The battle was never yours to win, and the burden was never yours to carry. Before I reveal the hidden reasons why I have allowed this season of silence, I want you to make a choice of faith. This message found you for a reason, and I am calling you to step out of the shadows. Join this family of believers who are all being restored together. Press the like button right now to signal to the heavens that you are in agreement with my healing power. Subscribe to this channel to ensure that my voice is the constant anchor for your soul in the midst of the world's noise. And now I want you to seal this moment. In the comments below, type, "I am ready," or 7007. By typing those numbers, you are claiming a double portion of restoration for everything you have lost. Let the world know that you are no longer a victim of your circumstances, but a child of the living God. My child, I know the silence has been deafening. I know you have been looking for a sign, a whisper, or a sudden shift in the wind, only to find yourself met with a stillness that feels like abandonment. You have asked me the same questions 1,000 times, and each time it seems as though my voice has vanished from your life. You look at others and see their miracles, you hear their testimonies of clear direction, and you wonder why your heavens have turned to brass. You feel like a traveler in a vast desert shouting into the void, waiting for an echo that never comes. But I want you to listen with the ears of your spirit. My silence is not my absence. It is never a sign that I have turned my back on you or that I have stopped listening to the cries of your heart. In fact, my silence is one of the most profound ways I show my trust in you. Think of a classroom during a difficult examination. The teacher may have spent weeks speaking, lecturing, and guiding the students through every lesson. But when the day of the test arrives, the teacher takes a seat at the front of the room and remains perfectly still. The teacher does not speak because the time for instruction has passed. It is now the time for the student to apply what they have learned. My silence in this season is the silence of a teacher who knows that you are ready. I am watching you with more intensity now than ever before. I am observing how you handle the not knowing. I am seeing if you will stand on the promises I gave you in the light, even when you are walking through the pitch black dark. This silence is not a punishment. It is a promotion. I am moving you from a relationship based on feelings to a relationship based on knowing. I have told you in the ancient words to be still and know that I am God. Notice that I did not say be still and feel that I am God. Feelings are like the waves of the sea. They are tossed by the wind. They rise and fall with the circumstances of your day. And they are easily manipulated by the enemy of your soul. If your faith is built on the foundation of a feeling, it will crumble the moment the storm hits. But when you know, you possess a certainty that is anchored in the bedrock of my character. This season of silence is stripping away your emotional crutches. It is forcing you to dig your roots deeper than your emotions. I am teaching you that I am just as present in the quiet as I am in the thunder. I am just as faithful when you can't see my hand as I am when you are standing on the mountaintop. When you cannot hear my voice, trust my heart. I am working behind the scenes in ways that your human mind cannot yet comprehend. I am moving people you haven't met yet. I am closing doors that would have led to your destruction, and I am preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies. The silence is loud because it is pregnant with the miraculous. It is the quiet before the dawn, the stillness before the breakthrough. Do not mistake my stillness for inactivity. I am the potter, and I am most focused when I am molding the clay in silence. Stop striving. Stop trying to manufacture a word from me through your own anxiety. Simply rest. Lay your head down in the quiet and say, Lord, even if you say nothing, I know you are here. In that surrender, you will find a strength you never knew you possessed. My child, consider the mystery of the Chinese bamboo tree. For 5 long years, a farmer can water it, fertilize the soil, and watch over it with expectant eyes, yet he will see absolutely nothing. Not a single green sprout, not a tiny leaf, nothing but bare earth. To the casual observer, it looks like a failure. To the neighbors, it looks like a waste of time and effort. But beneath the surface, hidden from the human eye, something monumental is happening. That tree is building a massive, intricate, and powerful root system that stretches deep and wide into the heart of the earth. It is preparing for its destiny. In the 6th year, that same tree will suddenly burst through the ground and soar 80 feet into the sky in just 6 weeks. I ask you, did it grow 80 feet in 6 weeks or in 5 years? You are in your hidden season, my beloved. You feel invisible, as if your prayers are falling on deaf ears and your hard work is being ignored by the world. But I am not ignoring you. I am anchoring you. I am building a foundation in your character that can support the staggering height of the blessing I am about to bestow upon you. I have hidden you for your own protection. There are predators in the spiritual realm and in the physical world who would seek to harvest your fruit before it is ripe or steal your seed before it has taken hold. If I had promoted you when you first asked, the weight of the fame would have crushed you. The sudden wealth would have corrupted your heart, or the enemies you weren't yet ready to face would have devoured you. I am your shield, and sometimes my shielding looks like a shadow. In this quiet, dark place, I am teaching you how to listen to my voice above the applause of men. I am teaching you that your value is not in what you do, but in whose you are. Men look at the outward appearance, the titles, the bank accounts, the social status. But I look at the heart. I am refining the gold within you, while no one is watching, so that when I finally bring you onto the stage of your destiny, you will be unshakable, unmovable, and filled with my glory. If you believe that I am nourishing your roots, even in the dark, pause for a moment. This is a divine appointment, a holy intersection between my spirit and yours. Press the like button right now to water the seeds of faith within you, and subscribe to this channel to commit to this season of growth. By doing this, you are telling the universe that you are no longer afraid of the waiting, because you know exactly who holds the clock. This is your act of spiritual agreement. You are joining a remnant of believers who understand that the greatest miracles are often born in the hidden places, away from the noise of the crowd. Do not neglect this small step of faith. Let it be the signal to the heavens that you are ready for the explosive breakthrough that is coming. Remember, I do not choose as man chooses. When the prophet went to anoint a king, he looked at the tall, strong brothers, thinking surely the crown belonged to them. But I had my eye on the boy in the field, the one everyone else had forgotten. I see you in your field. I see you doing the work when no one is cheering. I see the integrity you show when you think no one is looking. Every tear you've shed in private, every no you've said to temptation, every time you've chosen to be kind when you were treated unfairly, these are the roots. They are growing deeper and stronger every day. The world may see a barren field where you stand, but I see a forest of giants about to emerge. Your 6 weeks of explosive growth is closer than you can imagine. But for now, stay in the soil. Keep absorbing my word. Keep drinking from the well of my spirit. When you finally break through the surface, everyone who doubted you will stand in awe of the strength and the beauty of the foundation I built in the dark. Do you wonder why the winds have picked up speed just as you thought you were reaching the shore? Do you feel as if the attacks against your peace have become more personal, more frequent, and more calculated? Listen to me. The thief does not break into an empty house. He only targets the home that is filled with treasures he cannot possess. The intensity of the opposition you are facing right now is the greatest proof that you are standing at the threshold of your breakthrough. The enemy can see the light of your destiny even when you are blinded by the clouds. He knows that your season of hiddenness is coming to an end, and he is terrified of what will happen when you finally step into the fullness of my power. This is why he is throwing everything he has at you: distractions, delays, and discouraging voices. He wants to lure you out of the secret place and into the noise of the world, where he can drown out my whispers with his lies. The primary strategy of the accuser is noise. He uses the constant ping of notifications, the chaos of negative news, and the gossip of small-minded people to keep your soul in a state of perpetual agitation. He knows that if he can keep you busy, he can keep you from being effective. He wants your mind to be so cluttered with what-ifs and how will I that you have no room for my I am. Every time you find yourself spiraling into worry about things you cannot control, you are falling for the distraction. He is trying to get you to look at the storm instead of the one who walks upon the water. I am calling you to a holy focus. I am asking you to zip it, to close your mouth to the negative reports and the self-defeating words. Your words are seeds, my child. Every time you speak of your lack, your tiredness, or your fear, you are watering the weeds. Stop digging up your harvest before it can sprout. Stop telling me how big your problem is and start telling your problem how big your God is. You are not being punished. You are being trained to recognize the voice of the stranger. The trouble you are facing is not there to stop you. It is there to push you forward, to force you to rely on a strength that is not your own. When the enemy sends his best shot and you are still standing, it proves that your house is built upon the rock. He can shake the structure, but he cannot destroy the foundation. I have already defeated the one who tries to intimidate you. He is a defeated foe who can only bark from the end of a chain. He uses the noise of your past mistakes to make you feel unworthy of your future blessings, but I have already wiped the slate clean. Don't agree with the guilt. Don't agree with the shame. Those are the echoes of a life you no longer live. My command to you today is found in the ancient promise: the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Standing still does not mean being passive. It is a position of ultimate spiritual power. It is a posture that says, I trust my Father more than I fear the fire. When you refuse to be distracted by the chaos, you strip the enemy of his only weapon. When you choose to praise me in the middle of the battle, you create a frequency that the enemy cannot stand. Turn off the noise. Silence the critics. Step away from the screens and the opinions of those who do not know my heart for you. In the quietness and the confidence of my presence, you will find the strategy you need to win. You are closer than you have ever been. Don't let the noise of the finish line make you turn back now. My beloved child, I have seen you struggle to find the right words. I have watched you kneel by your bed or sit in your car, your lips trembling, trying to construct a sentence that feels worthy of my ears. You worry that your prayers are too messy, too repetitive, or too broken. You think that because you cannot quote ancient verses or speak with the eloquence of a preacher, your voice is lost in the wind. You have started many prayers only to trail off into a heavy silence, your mind too exhausted to continue. You feel as if your prayers are bouncing off the ceiling, falling back down like lead weights. But I want to tell you a secret that will set your soul free. I am not a judge of grammar, and I do not grade the quality of your vocabulary. I do not need a polished presentation or a formal report on your problems. I already know them. I am not looking at the words that leave your mouth. I am looking at the frequency of your heart. When you have no words left, when you are so overwhelmed that all you can do is sigh or let out a breath of frustration or cry a single tear, that is a complete prayer to me. I told you in my word that my Spirit helps you in your weakness. There are times when you do not know what to pray for or how to ask for it. But my Spirit Himself intercedes for you with groanings that words cannot express. Those wordless groans, those moments of heavy silence, where you just sit in my presence, because you are too tired to speak, those are some of the most powerful prayers I ever receive. They are prayers of pure surrender. They are the moments when you stop trying to perform for me and simply allow yourself to be with me. In that vulnerability, my power flows most freely. You don't have to finish the sentence. I have already read the conclusion in your spirit. I want you to experience the relief of knowing that you don't have to explain your pain to the one who felt it before you did. You don't have to convince me to help you. I am already more willing to give than you are to receive. Stop trying to find the perfect way to ask for a breakthrough. Your exhaustion is your prayer. Your longing is your prayer. Even your doubt, when you bring it to me, becomes a bridge of connection. I am the God of the unfinished prayer, the one who steps into the gaps of your silence and fills them with my peace. Tonight, let go of the pressure to say the right thing. Just lean back into my love. Let your heart beat against mine. I hear the rhythm of your trust, even when your voice is gone. You are heard, you are understood, and the answers you seek are already being dispatched from the heavens, not because of the length of your words, but because of the depth of my love for you. My child, I have brought you to a sacred intersection where the time of man meets the timing of the heavens. You have spent your life living by Chronos, the linear ticking clock that measures your age, your deadlines, and the long, weary years of your waiting. You look at that clock, you feel the weight of every lost second, the fear that you are running out of time, and the anxiety that the world is passing you by. But I am the Lord of Kairos, the appointed opportune moment when the fruit is ripe and the decree of heaven is released. I am not bound by your calendar or your expectations of how long a process should take. In a single Kairos second, I can do more for you than 10 years of human striving could ever achieve. I am here to tell you that your Chronos season of waiting is being swallowed up by my Kairos season of manifestation. The transition has begun, and the atmosphere around your life is shifting, even as these words reach your ears. You have been feeling the signs of this change, even if you didn't have a name for it. You have felt a profound restlessness in your spirit, a divine dissatisfaction with the things that used to make you comfortable. You find that you can no longer fit into the conversations, the places, or the mindsets that once defined you. It is as if the skin of your old life has become too tight and you are itching to break free. This restlessness is not a sign of a wandering mind. It is the agitation of a bird whose wings have grown too large for its nest. I am causing you to feel out of place in your current circumstances because I am preparing you to move. I am detaching you from the shore so that you can finally catch the wind of my spirit. Do not mistake this feeling of not belonging for being lost. You are simply being uprooted so that you can be replanted in a more spacious place. The waiting room doors are beginning to swing open. For years you have sat in the hallway of not yet watching others be called into their destiny while you remained in the shadows. You have wondered if I had forgotten your name, or if your file had been misplaced in the archives of heaven. But I tell you, your name has been engraved on the palms of my hands, and your time has been precisely calculated. I did not keep you waiting to punish you. I kept you waiting to protect you and to perfect you. But now the lessons of the wilderness have been integrated into your soul. Your character has reached the level of your calling. The appointed time that I spoke of long ago has arrived at your doorstep. Look up from your discouragement and stop looking at the calendar of man. The season of one day is ending, and the season of today has begun. I am moving the pieces on the board of your life, and the shift will be so sudden and so complete that it will leave the world in awe of what I have done for my chosen one. My beloved, I have seen the tears you shed over the people who walked away. I have felt the sting of the betrayal that left you questioning your worth, and the silence of the friends who were nowhere to be found when your world began to crumble. You have spent many nights asking me why I allowed that relationship to fail, why I let that person turn their back on you, or why you suddenly feel like an outsider in circles where you once belonged. You feel the cold ache of loneliness, and you wonder if there is something wrong with you. But I am here to tell you that what you perceived as a painful loss was actually a divine subtraction. I was not being cruel. I was being careful. I was not ignoring your need for companionship. I was sanctifying your surroundings. There are those who were meant to be a part of your history, but they are not permitted to be a part of your destiny. I had to remove them because they could not go where I am taking you. Think of a magnificent skyscraper being built in the heart of a city. During the construction phase, the building is surrounded by scaffolding, ugly temporary metal structures that allow the workers to reach the higher floors. The scaffolding is necessary for a season, but it is not the building. If the architect left the scaffolding up forever, or the beauty of the skyscraper would be hidden and its function would be limited. Some of the people you have lost were merely scaffolding. They were there to support you while you were being formed in the dark. But now that you are ready to be revealed, their presence has become a hindrance. They cannot handle the weight of the blessing I am about to place on your life. If I had let them stay, their doubt would have poisoned your faith, and their small-mindedness would have choked your vision. I am clearing the deck so that there is room for the new thing I am doing. You are like the eagle, my child. Most birds fly in large, noisy flocks, staying close to the ground, where it is safe and predictable. But the eagle is destined for the heights, where the air is thin and the wind is fierce. To reach those altitudes, the eagle must often fly alone. This solitude you are experiencing is not a sign of rejection. It is a sign of elevation. I am teaching you to find your strength in me alone, so that when you finally reach the summit, you will not be dependent on the approval of man. Do not worry about your soul tribe. I am already preparing the people who will walk with you in the next season, men and women of character, vision, and ironclad loyalty, who will love you for who you are not, for what you can do for them. These are the ones who will sharpen you, pray for you, and stand by you in the fire. If you believe that I am clearing your path to bring you better connections, I want you to stop and acknowledge my hand in your life. This isolation is a holy invitation to intimacy with your Father. Press the like button right now as a sign that you trust my subtraction as much as my addition, and subscribe to this channel to join a global family of eagles who are learning to soar together. Do not stay silent in the face of this revelation. Go to the comments and type, "I trust your pruning," or 1212, to signify that you are ready for divine order in your relationships. By doing this, you are letting go of the ghosts of the past and making space for the kingdom connections that are currently on their way to your door. You are not alone. You are being set apart. My child, I have seen the nights you sat at your table staring at the numbers that simply would not add up. I have felt the cold, hollow pit in your stomach when the bills arrived and the resources seemed to vanish like mist in the morning sun. I know the shame that has tried to attach itself to your soul, the feeling that you have failed your family, that you are behind in life, or that you are being punished through your lack. You have worked hard, you have been honest, and yet you have watched others who do not honor me prosper while you struggle just to keep your head above the water. But I am the Lord of the harvest, and I am here to tell you that I have kept a perfect record of every seed you have sown in the dark. I have seen every sacrifice you made when no one was looking, and I have heard the quiet thank you you whispered, even when your pockets were empty. Nothing has been lost in my economy. The season of lack was not a permanent sentence. It was a period of pruning so that you could handle the weight of the abundance that is now being dispatched from the heavens. There is a divine law that the world does not understand, the law of recompense. My word declares that when the thief is caught, he must pay back sevenfold what he has stolen. The enemy has tried to steal your time, your peace, your ideas, and your financial security. He thinks he has won because your bank account looks low, but he has actually set himself up for a massive repayment. I am the great accountant, and I am currently moving to settle your accounts. I am stirring the hearts of people you haven't met to favor you. I am placing your name in the minds of decision makers. I am preparing to open doors of opportunity that no human hand can shut. You will not have to beg or plead for what I have already decreed for you. I am bringing a sudden provision that will not only cover your needs, but will allow you to be the blessing to others that you have always dreamed of being. The struggle is not your identity. It was just a temporary assignment to build your character. But I am doing more than just restoring your finances. I am restoring your honor. I have seen how you were misrepresented and misunderstood. I have heard the whispers of those who judged your struggle and assumed you had lost my favor. I have watched as you were overlooked for promotions you deserved and passed over for credit that was rightfully yours. My beloved, I am your vindicator. I am the one who brings the truth into the light, and I am preparing to honor you in the very presence of your enemies. I will make your righteousness shine like the dawn, and your justice like the noonday sun. Those who once looked down on you will stand in awe of the favor I am pouring out upon you. You will no longer walk with your head bowed in shame. I am lifting your chin and placing a robe of dignity upon your shoulders. Your reputation is being healed, and your name is being cleared in the courts of heaven and earth alike. This is the moment of your supernatural shift. I am releasing creative ideas into your mind that will generate wealth you did not have to toil for. I am bringing back the years that the locusts have eaten, the time you thought was wasted, the investments that seemed to fail, the dreams that seemed to die. I am redeeming it all. It is not by your might or your power, but by my Spirit that this turnaround is happening. You have passed the test of faithfulness in the little, and now I am entrusting you with much. Prepare your heart to receive, for the windows of heaven are no longer closed to you. The drought is over, and the sound of an abundance of rain is beginning to echo in your spirit. Trust my timing and my ways, for what I am about to do will be far greater than anything you could have asked for or imagined. My child, I see the marks you try so hard to hide. I see the invisible scars on your heart and the ones that have etched themselves into your very soul. You look at these wounds and you see only pain, regret, and the evidence of what was taken from you. You feel that your past has disqualified you, that your brokenness makes you less valuable, or that you are now damaged goods in a world that only celebrates the polished and the perfect. But I want you to look at your scars through my eyes. In my kingdom, scars are not marks of shame. They are the medals of a survivor. They are the proof that you were hit with the enemy's best shot, and you are still standing. Every crack in your soul is a place where I have poured my golden grace, making you stronger in the broken places than you ever were before the trial began. You are not defined by the wound. You are defined by the healing that followed it. I am the great potter, and I never throw away a vessel just because it has been cracked. In fact, I often choose the most broken pieces to display my greatest glory. Think of my son who returned from the grave, with scars still visible on his hands and his side. He could have wiped them away with a single thought, but he chose to keep them as his credentials. They were the proof of his love and the evidence of his victory. Your scars are your credentials too. They are the bridge that will allow you to reach people that the perfect could never talk to. Because you have known the crushing weight of depression, you can speak life to the suicidal. Because you have known the sting of betrayal, you can offer true comfort to the abandoned. Because you have walked through the fire of lack, you can teach others how to trust me for their daily bread. I am turning your greatest agony into your greatest ministry. You are being transformed into a wounded healer. You will no longer look back at your past with a shudder of pain, but with a sense of purpose. I am using everything you went through, the tears, the sleepless nights, the unfair accusations, to build a legacy that will outlast your time on this earth. You are becoming a lighthouse for those who are currently drowning in the same seas that once tried to swallow you. Your story is not a tragedy. It is a triumphant epic of my redeeming love. Do not wish the scars away, for they are the very things that make your testimony unshakable. You are not a victim of your history. You are the victor of your future. I am taking the ashes of your old life and creating something so beautiful, so resilient, and so full of light that the world will have no choice but to acknowledge that I am with you. Your pain was not in vain. It was the labor of your purpose. My child, I have seen the way you hesitate at the edge of your new season. You are waiting for the wind to stop blowing, for the clouds to completely part, and for your heart to stop trembling before you take a step. You have convinced yourself that you need to be perfectly healed, perfectly confident, and perfectly prepared before you can move into the purpose I have placed before you. But I am here to tell you that perfection is not a prerequisite for my power. If you wait until you feel ready, you will spend your entire life standing on the shore of your potential. I am not calling you to walk in your own strength or your own certainty. I am calling you to walk in mine. The command to rise and walk is often given while the legs are still weak and the path is still obscured by mist. Trust me enough to move while you are still afraid. Trust me enough to act while you are still under construction. Think of my servant Peter, who sat in the boat while the storm raged around him. He did not wait for the waves to flatten into glass before he asked to come to me. He stepped out of the safety of the boat while the wind was still howling and the spray was still stinging his face. His miracle did not happen inside the boat. It happened when his foot touched the water. Many of you are waiting for the miracle to happen so that you can step out. But I am waiting for you to step out so that I can perform the miracle. The water will not support you until you commit your weight to it. Stop analyzing the height of the waves and the depth of the sea. Fix your eyes on my face and take the first step. You do not need to see the entire staircase to take the first step. You only need to see the step right in front of you. I am holding the ground beneath your feet, and I will not let you sink. I have a specific instruction for you as you wake up tomorrow. Do not wait for a feeling of breakthrough to change your behavior. I want you to act as if the victory is already won. I want you to do one small thing that signals your faith to the heavens. Perhaps it is finally making that phone call you've been avoiding, or opening the laptop to start that project again, or simply choosing to dress in your best clothes and smile at your reflection in the mirror. When you change your posture, you change your perspective. I am the one sitting in the driver's seat of your life. I need you to move from the steering wheel to the passenger seat and simply enjoy the ride. Stop trying to navigate the back roads of your future. I know the shortcuts, I know the pitfalls, and I have already cleared the way. Your only job is to stay in the car and keep your eyes on me. Tomorrow is not a day for worrying. It is a day for walking. My beloved child, we have traveled a long road together in this quiet space. And I want you to know that this is not an ending. This is the sacred sealing of a covenant that was written in the stars before you took your first breath. Every word I have spoken to you tonight is an eternal promise, a stone foundation that cannot be moved by the storms of the world. You came to this moment with a heart full of shadows, but you are leaving it as a child of the light. The weight that pressed against your chest has been lifted because I have taken it upon myself. The confusion that clouded your mind has been replaced by my divine clarity. You are no longer the person who started this journey. You have been washed, you have been refined, and you have been repositioned for a glory you cannot yet fully grasp. This is the end of the first volume of your life, the volume of survival, of struggling, and of wondering if you were alone. Today we begin volume 2, the story of your victory, your abundance, and your unwavering partnership with the Creator of the universe. I want you to enter into a state of deep, holy agreement with me right now. Let these words settle into your bones and become your new reality. I am your Father, and you are my precious heir. I am your shepherd, and you shall not want. I am your shield, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. I am your vindicator, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment, I shall condemn. I am your provider, and I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive. I am your healer, and by my stripes, your body, your mind, and your soul are made whole. This is my eternal covenant with you. I will never leave you, and I will never forsake you. Even when you feel weak, my strength is perfected in you. Even when you feel lost, my light is guiding your path. You are engraved on the palms of my hands, and your name is a sweet melody in the courts of heaven. Now I want you to repeat this activation prayer in your heart, letting the vibrations of these truths resonate through every cell of your being. Say it with the authority I have given you. I am not a victim. I am a victor. I am not defined by my past. I am prepared for my future. I release the spirit of worry, and I receive the spirit of peace. I release the fear of lack, and I receive the promise of abundance. I am loved with an everlasting love. I am chosen, I am called, and I am set apart for greatness. Every door that was closed to me is now swinging open. Every chain that bound me is now shattered. I trust the timing of my Father, and I know that my breakthrough is not just coming, it is already here. I step out of the shadows and into the light of my destiny. It is finished. It is done. I am free. Let that freedom settle over you like a warm blanket. Feel the tingling of my presence in your hands and feet. You are being energized for the walk ahead. My child, do not let the noise of the world steal what we have built here tonight. This message found you because you are a chosen one, and I have much more to reveal to you in the days to come. This is a living conversation that never truly ends. If you have felt my touch and received this healing in its fullness, do not walk away and forget who you are. Secure your place in this spiritual family. Press the subscribe button right now so that you do not lose my voice amidst the clamor of the world. Let this channel be your daily sanctuary, your constant reminder that you are never alone. Press the like button as your final amen, signaling to the heavens that you are in total agreement with this prophecy. And now seal this blessing into your life forever. Go to the comments and type with total confidence, "I trust your timing." By typing those words, you are locking this peace into your heart and declaring to the enemy that his time of tormenting you is over. Go forth in my power, for I have already taken over from here.